Yeah, had to lock it in.
Lose him and pay him. So, and then he's fifth right now. He won't be fifth 2 years ago. 2 years from now. You know what I mean? So market will continue to go up. All right. So next topic. Tua Tungavaloa. All right. This man, led the league in passing yards last year. Top five in completion percentage. Top five in TDs. Had a really good season statistic wise. But they lost the division at the end of the season to the Bills and losing to the reigning Super Bowl champions, um, Kansas City Chiefs. All right. So we're gonna talk about his expectations, and we're gonna start out with you, J Mo. We all know he signed a huge contract, 4 year, $212 million contract, which is the highest 4 year contract in NFL history, and he's getting paid 167 million guaranteed out of that 212 million. And he was also going into his last year of his contract. All right. So J Mo, what are your expectations for Tua this season?
Um, I expect Tua to. I mean, this is a team thing too, but Tua is the head of the snake. I expect him to beat good teams. You know what I mean? Like I expect him to beat good teams, play good in the cold weather. He do those two things, he can alter the entire narrative that's around him. You know what I'm saying? There have been a few games last year where, like, he's not playing well, but they're also like I didn't like some of the play calling either in some of those games we was losing. But at the same time, I've seen plenty of situations where Tua is just not playing good. Like everybody else is playing well. The defense is doing what they got to do. The other team only has 10 points. So why can't we score? You know what I mean? Like we had one game where the only touchdown we scored was like a pick six or it was like almost the whole game. We only scored like one touchdown on offense and everything else was just predicated off crazy plays and like when we play good teams, our offense is just stagnant. It's mainly because of Tua. And what's the excuse? Because we got the running game. You know what I mean? We got the running game. No matter what defense we play, we got the running game. So Tua has to not turn the ball over as much as he does, especially last year. And it's not just the fact that he's turning the ball over. He makes those turnovers that you like, what are you trying to do? Like, what are you doing to it? How you go from, 350 yards and then do this? You threw the ball straight to the defense. So I think like he's right on the he's scratching the surface of like I guess breaking through to being a true franchise quarterback. But that's literally the difference because most people don't believe in Tua. But he only has to tweak a thing or two, and then most people will believe in Tua. So I think that's how close it is. Um, but yeah, I expect him to be good teams, play good in the cold weather.
I'm gonna go ahead and piggyback off of that. Like good teams, you got to be able to beat the good team. Um, I think the key ones, really, the two key games from 3 games from last year that really was staggering was the wild card game against the Kansas City Chiefs, where we held the no under 30 points, and then of course the Week 9 game against them where we held them under 24 points, and obviously the blowout loss of the Baltimore Ravens. Like for us to be able to reach our ultimate goal, which is the Super Bowl, we got to go get through the Baltimore Ravens. We got to get through the Kansas City Chiefs. We got to beat the Buffalo Bills on a consistent basis. And when the games get tough and rough, where we need a big play from Tua, he's under a rock every single time. He let us down. So I'm pretty sure by my little statement right here, I'm not on board with this contract extension. I would rather wait until after this year just to see exactly what we're gonna do. But it's again the cold weather games too as well, because 2 years ago against the Tennessee Titans, that was just awful. The it's unexcusable for an NFL quarterback if we're being honest with each other. So it's put up or shut up for Tua. You got your money, so obviously the expectation is going to be higher for you, where it's Super Bowl or bust for you.
Yeah, and then that Ravens game, bro, it was the score wouldn't tell you that like we was there. But Tua threw that interception right before halftime,
To
trying to hurry up
Raekwon.
and get one quick play in before the 2 minute warning. That messed the whole game up, man. We had our run game going. HM was looking good, and Tua just. That's what I mean about those bonehead mistakes, man. That just alter the whole game. So, yeah, I like what you said there.
Yeah. Tua, you're right. Tua, you look at his losses last year. Y'all lost to Baltimore, to the Bills twice, the Eagles, the Chiefs, and randomly, remember y'all lost to the Titans. Like y'all were up and they came back and beat y'all 28-27. I don't know what happened right there. But then you look at the teams y'all beat. You beat Dallas, the Jets twice. You beat Vegas. You beat the Patriots, the Panthers, Giants, Denver, New England again, Chargers. So y'all take care of teams. It's just like I said, when y'all play these, it looked like when y'all play against a better quarterback, not like an elite type quarterback, then y'all have issues. That's what it looks like. So yeah. So what's y'all expectations for the season though? What y'all think he'll do this year?
Win the division. Win the division, man. Like last year, I was like, we got to win it. The way everything set up, Aaron Rodgers got hurt immediately. New England is not good, and like we got the better roster than the Bills. So I'm like, we gonna win the division, and somehow we didn't win the division. So I know we say like you gotta focus on the playoffs and focus on like moving further up in the seeding and stuff like that. But bro, we gotta win the division. Like how we can't win it? How we expect to make a Super Bowl run? We can't even win a division. So I know it's one game elimination in the playoffs, but I feel like that's the mindset we gotta have, bro. Like if we're not gonna be the best team in our own division, like how we gonna go play against Mahomes? How we gonna play against Lamar? So I don't, it was just on my heart just now. I'm like, we gotta win the division. So that's my answer.
Okay.
And going back to the win the division thing, like the stars was aligned, like he said. Like the Patriots, they wasn't looking good. The Jets, unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers got hurt week one. The Buffalo Bills, they was on a bad losing streak.
Mm-hmm.
They got resurrected and came back and burnt us. So, like, if we can win the division and we have home games in the playoffs and us not having to play cold weather games, that helps out Tua. He ain't got to throw in the cold weather when the ball is hard and it is over 20 pounds. He ain't got to worry about that. But my expectation for Tua also is I would like for him to for that him to expand in the offense where we don't just see the RPO and the play action all the time. I want to see him be able to hit some of these other guys. Like we got Jonnu Smith out there, one of the fastest tight ends of football. We got Odell Beckham going to be in and out of the slot. So I want him to be able to thrive when Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are on the field.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's a good point because we had success last year when we threw to Cedric Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, I would have loved to see Claypool get a snap or two. You know what I mean? I seen him run out there and block. I'm like, he way bigger than all the rest of the receivers we got. we need because sometimes Tua don't get the ball there in time. You got to come back to it or whatever the case may be. So sometimes we need a guy that can go get the ball. So yeah, man, Tua, he needs to throw to the other guys. I'm still sad we let go of Mike Gesicki. That was my guy. Whenever he got the ball, he did work. So yes, hit the other targets. It's 3 people checking Tyreek. Throw the ball to somebody else.
And Tomo, speaking of Cedric Wilson, Tomo Dave asks, do y'all think Odell is an upgrade over Cedric Wilson?
1,000%.
No,
I still think that Odell could be a top receiver in this league if we're being honest with each other. It's just obviously injuries have been a problem, and it all comes down to Tua. My man's got one-on-one. It should be a cakewalk for Odell with the third option for the third corner on the team. It should be a cakewalk.
That's a good point. I know not a Dolphins fan, but one of my expectations for Tua is I saw a little bit of it last year. Is him to make these unscripted plays happen. When the play breaks down and he has to use his legs to create more time and get a pass off. I want to see that. And like I think when y'all mentioned it, you did, Devore. When a game is close, y'all need to deliver because I feel like every time there was going to the fourth quarter, it was a close game. Outside of Dallas, y'all didn't put it through for real. It was always like I don't know. I just feel like it was a blowout or y'all just lost. So